Harding from Harding Knives, and I thought I'd pop out today just to make a brief video on the, I guess, the philosophical question as to why anyone should own a bushcraft knife, especially a bushcraft knife that will cost over $300 or £200. May seem like a lot, but there are reasons that I think that is more than worth it. First of all, unlike the factory made knives, and I can't find it now, you would recognize your knife anywhere. Among many thousands of knives, it's unique to you and you would recognize it. That's how personal a handmade knife is. And the reason that I say that it's very valuable is basically a question of skills. If you own one of these knives, or a bushcraft knife of this quality, and you don't have the skills, it's just a very expensive pencil sharpener. It's you can sharpen sticks, maybe cut yourself, things like that for a while, and then when it's blunt, it's just pretty to look at and not much use. So you have to obtain the skills, and the number one skill, of course, is sharpening. There are some fantastic videos on YouTube about sharpening. Ray Mears does one, and MCQ Bushcraft has done quite a few. A lot of knife makers have done them, and they're all good. Yeah, they all make sense, especially the Ray Mears one. I think he covers absolutely everything. But obtaining that skill is absolutely crucial to making this a valuable, usable tool. Now, if you have the skills, this would absolutely, in time of a severe crisis, if you were to grab something as you're running out of the house, as people say, it would be this every single time. And a cooking pot if you've got time, because if you have the skills, this becomes your water. It'll make fire, purify your water, bring warmth, dry your clothing. The psychological advantage of having a fire successfully in a survival situation, it cannot be underestimated. It's absolutely crucial to survival. It's shelter. It's no end of utensils and various other things that can be made and carved. It's a spoon. It's all kinds of things. Traps. But the only difference between it being just a knife that sharpens sticks and being all of those valuable things is the set of skills, and you have to go out and start getting those skills, and it may start on YouTube, buy a few books, watch a few videos, but there is no substitute for getting out there and practicing it. Absolutely no substitute. It's not a classroom thing. It's got to be hands-on. You may start in a classroom, you may study first, wonderful, but there is no substitute for being out in the woods, practicing bushcraft and developing and increasing that skill set. I think that I have a woodlaw that I bought 17 years ago, and it seemed like a lot of money then, but I've sharpened it recently and brought it back to its original, if not better than its original sharpness, and I realise that these things really do become prized possessions, not just because they are a little on the expensive side, but because what they mean, what I can do with them. And this one in particular, with Turkish walnut, the longer I keep it, the more attached I get to it. It's got great sentimental value now, and I've only been using this one for about 2 or 3 years. Yeah, I made it about 2 or 3 years ago, and yeah, I've got a couple of knives actually that I am seriously attached to. Unfortunately, people come along and want to buy them, so I often have made a great knife for myself and sold it. But that's the way it goes. I do think that I cannot overstate those skills that you need in order for this to become a meaningful purchase. I do sometimes get worried that people buy these knives without fully knowing what to do with them and how to look after them. And I don't like the idea of making something, spending days making something, somebody paying what seems like a lot of money for a knife, and then coming to the conclusion that it's not very useful. That is entirely down to those skills. But yeah, absolutely love making bushcraft knives. Not quite as much as I enjoy using them. And yeah, they mean a lot to me too. Thank you. Bye bye.